Let's take a look at how we can use a strategy called chunking to divide larger numbers. Now, chunking involves breaking a larger number up into simpler chunks, chunks that have powerful zeros in them. So let's take a look at this first example, 230 divided by 5. Now we know that we can turn divisions into multiplications. So 230 divided by 5 is the same as 5 times what gives 230. So that's step one, turn it into a multiplication. Step two is, well, what can we break 230 up into to make it a little bit simpler? What chunks can we break it up into? Well, for this one, I think 200 is going to be a nice friendly chunk for us to work with. So we'll start with that. So instead of working out 5 times what equals 230, we'll just do 5 times what, we'll leave a little gap there, equals 200. And we'll work out this chunk of the question first. Now I know 5 times 4 is 20, so 5 times 40 is 200. So that's that chunk worked out, and that's most of the question because 200 is most of 230. But we still have the 30 left over. We still need to work with that chunk because if we take 200 out of 230, we're left with a chunk of 30. So I'll do the same thing with 30. 5 times what, and I'll leave a little gap, equals 30. Now that's just a multiplication fact. 5 times 6 equals 30. All right, so we've done both chunks. Now we just need to combine both those chunks together. Because if 5 times 40 is 200 and 5 times 6 is 30, then 5 times, it's the worst 5 I've ever seen in my life, I'll fix that up. 5 times 46 is equal to 230. But we also know that we can turn multiplications back into divisions. So if 5 times 46 equals 230, then 230 divided by 5 equals 46. So there is our final answer for that one there. All right, let's take another look at the next question here. 453 divided by 3. Now, we could try and do 400 divided by 3, but you know what? I don't think that's going to work out very well for us. All right. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to break the 453. The first chunk we're going to take out of the 453 is 300 because I know 300 is going to fit with 3 really, really easily. So I'll go 3 times what equals 300. And I know that 3 times 100 is equal to 300. So I've kind of done that bit. But now what I need to do is I need to think, well, what have I got left? If I've already chunked the 300, then I'm going to have an extra 153 left. All right, so 153. What sort of chunks can I take out of that? All right, okay, I think I can do that. I think I can take a 150 out of that. So 3 times what, I'll leave a little gap, equals 150. Now I know that's going to be friendly because I know that 3 times 5 gives 15. And I've got 15 kind of over here. So if 3 times 5 equals 15, I can use my powerful zeros to work out that 3 times 50 equals 150. Now we are almost there because we have chunked 300 and we've chunked 150 and together they make 450. We've only got the 3 left over and I know that 3 times 1 equals 3. Now all I need to do is put those 3 answers together. 100 plus 50 is 150, plus 1 more is 151. So I can write my answer in there. All right, and for my final example here, we have 468 divided by 6. All right, now I'm thinking, what will be friendly with the number 6? All right, you know what? I'm going to choose 300. I'm going to choose 300. I think that's going to be pretty friendly. So I'm going to go 6 times what equals 300. And I know that 6 times 5 is equal to 30. So with my knowledge of powerful zeros, I know 6 times 50 is equal to 300. So that's that part of the question worked out. But I've still got another big chunk left over. I've still got 300 plus 168 gives 468. So now I've got to think, all right, what else can I chunk it into? All right, I reckon my next chunk, all right, I might do 120 because I know 6 times something will give 120. And the reason I know that is because I know that 6 times 2, here's my 2, equals 12. So 6 times 20 must give 120. 6 times 20. So far my two chunks, 300 and 120, they add up to 420. But I know I've still got 48 left over. All right, now I think 48 is a 6 times table. 6 times what equals 48? And from my multiplication facts, I know that 6 times 8 gives 48. So I've broken 468 up into 3 chunks, 300, 120, and 48. And then I've worked out the multiplications for all of those 3 chunks. And now I just need to add those together. 50 plus 20 is 70, plus 8 is 78. And there is my answer there.